continue to be concerned by the lack of response to the sexual and age-inappropriate material being purchased and placed in our library, age-targeted to minors. My purpose in addressing you this evening is to bring you data that I hope will help you to see public opinion on this issue. Using publicly available data, I was able to search over 63% of Missouri's public library catalogs. I sampled 13 of some of the most well-known age-inappropriate books that are marketed to children, most being sexually explicit in nature, and found that 60% of Missouri libraries shown in blue on this chart actually had 0 of these books on their shelves. 25% shown in green only had 1 to 4 of the books searched, 7% in yellow had 5 to 10, and 8% in red had 11 to 13 of these books. I'm relieved to say that the majority of Missouri libraries, as you can see, it appears have managed to remain a safe, neutral ground that reflects the community values. I am, however, regretful to report that Christian County fell into the highest percentage of age-inappropriate material that I found in my search. So this leaves me with more questions than I began with about the process used to select books for minors in our library. Questions such as, why does the Christian County Library resemble St. Louis, Kansas City, Columbia, and Springfield more than counties of similar size and demographic? Do the ALA and MLA, who have been active promoters of Marxist ideology, have more input on the direction of our library than the citizens of this county? And do we have political activists running our library? I truly hate to raise these questions. I do not know the heart of any board member or director in our libraries, but I can measure the outcomes of leadership, policies, and partnerships that do not represent the majority of Christian County citizens. I strongly urge the board to consider market research to determine where Christian County citizens are on this subject, and not with misleading questions like, do you support book burning? I mean true market research that shows the community the state of our library, show them excerpts, show them photos, have the community determine what our standards are, and you will see who the majority really is. One indicator of public sentiment can be seen with election results that I handed you. Every town in Christian County has begun to challenge and replace school board members who did not support the removal of sexual books in the public school libraries over the last 2 years. While the laws and purpose of the public library and public school library are obviously different in many ways, your community has given you election results to show you how we feel about sexual content given to children in Christian County. We said no. For example, in Nixa in April of 2023, you can see that the individuals who held the strongest positions about keeping sexual content in the Nixa school libraries were only able to garner 9% and 15% of the votes in a pick 3 candidates race. In Ozark, during that same election, the citizens selected 3 of the most openly Christian and conservative candidates on the ballot. I bring you this information not to rub salt in the wounds of those who think differently than myself, but to ask again for reasonable compromise. Jeremiah 29:7 says, "But seek the welfare of the city where I have sent you into exile, and pray to the Lord on its behalf for its welfare. You will find your welfare."